Back-to-back victories, of course, in the post-Ronaldo era.
Back to producing the show, I see.
There you go. They're looking brilliant, aren't they? Let's welcome in Sid Lowe, shall we, from Spain, to talk about this. Sid, obviously massive speculation, a lot of talk about what difference there would be this season compared to last, with Ronaldo and indeed Zidane leaving. What's it been like?
Well, as we talked about in the build-up to this, all this talk about who's going to get the 50 goals that Cristiano Ronaldo scored each season, well, part of the answer then was that no one necessarily needs to get it on their own. And what we're seeing and what Lopetegui has talked about is a model, an approach that looks a little bit more collective. Now, obviously, look, it's only a couple of games and we have to give this time, but I think we're seeing Karim Benzema become something closer to a number 9 than he's been in the past, when in the past he's largely been a facilitator for Cristiano Ronaldo. Obviously, we have the question marks over his fitness, but I think we're seeing Gareth Bale take on greater responsibility. I think we're seeing him emotionally and kind of psychologically, I think, possibly take more on. I think we'll see better performances from him. Of course, we're seeing Asensio play with more regularity. All of this is so far, and, you know, I'm reluctant to get too carried away after only a couple of games. But I think fundamentally what we've seen is a team that wants the ball a little bit more, presses a little bit high, and has a slightly more collective outlook to the way they play, I think.
Boys, you take a look at it, and Ronaldo obviously out of the equation. In some way, does this give the players on the pitch a little more freedom then?
I think it looks to me as though his shadow's gone. You know, whether it was putting the ball in the back of the net, or whether it was being in the middle or on the periphery, complaining with his hands sprayed, and this look on his face that he didn't get the ball or he didn't score the goal, all of that seems to have washed away. It looks like the collective is probably the best word to use. They all look as though they're in it together and all they want to do is be together.
I like that. Ronaldo's shadow has gone.
Oh, you just like anything Real Madrid.
No,
first day back, we're lead with Real Madrid and Sid's back on. I love Sid being on, but it's no coincidence that you're back producing the show as per usual. Sid, that's what he does.
Look, just because we're not starting about with Mourinho.
I don't want to start with Mourinho. I've had enough with Mourinho. Well, he did manage Real Madrid. I go back to Sid's point. Having watched him in pre-season, and I know it was pre-season ICC Cup, I thought Karim Benzema in particular, Sid mentioned Bale's fitness. I thought he looked a lot fitter. I thought he looked, just to my eyes, looked a little bit lighter and as if he was more interested, because he's often given an impression, Benzema, during games. It's maybe just an impression that he loses a little bit of interest. But watched him in pre-season and he was working hard, he was linking up, he was running the channels, he was making some good moves, and it allowed Bale to get into space. So it is early days. And the proof will be in the pudding regarding the amount of goals that are missing from Ronaldo. But it's been a positive start, and let's be honest, Lopetegui could ill afford to have a negative start.
Look, I don't think it's any coincidence that these players are looking as good as they are. Yes, Ronaldo's gone, and now all of a sudden they're allowed to be the players that they were brought to be. Galacticos is nothing new to Real Madrid. I think when you have a presence like Cristiano Ronaldo and you have these incredible talents all feeding into him, as good a player as he is, it takes something away from them. And now you're seeing the best of Karim Benzema, the best of Gareth Bale, long may it continue. And Lopetegui certainly had to handle a lot of these characters, a lot of these personalities and history, albeit in a truncated way for the Spanish national team. But so far, so good for Real Madrid.
But it's all very well sitting here saying, oh, there's going to be more freedom for Bale or Isco or Asensio or Benzema or whoever it is. That's all very well. But the big question is still going to be, when it comes to the crunch and the really big games domestically and in the Champions League, are they going to step up and fill the void left by Ronaldo? Because you can't get away from it. His goal-scoring feats across all spectrums, but more so the Champions League in recent years, was astounding.
Yep.
Absolutely astounding. So playing well now is fine, but getting to the quarters and semis of the Champions League, when he's scoring those overhead kicks and whatnot, hat-tricks and, you know, really dragging the team through, that's when we're going to find out.